The show stating what others hate. Seeking the truth and transparency here on Patriot View
at 1A Independent News.
With your host, Bear Direct.
Hey, what's going on, Patriots? Thank you for joining us for this episode of Patriot View at 1A Independent News. If you have something you want to get out but don't want to put it on your own social media profile because of trolls, we're going to give you a way to do that. Our website and email right up here. It'll be up at the end as well. At the end, we'll go over what we require for a submission. It's nothing that is unreasonable. So hang in for that. Also, we pay for everything out of our pocket, or should I say my pocket. So we ask you to help us just share our episodes on Rumble. Sign up for a free Rumble account and subscribe to the channel. If you're viewing from Facebook, X, or Truth, we ask you share it there as well and urge others to do the same. We always are open for content suggestions or topics. So this is right until we get the studio done. This is a carpool, man. So it's not going to be perfect. It's like doing a carpool to work, talking about different things, and things can rapidly change up and turn into another topic. So we might plan a topic and it could rapidly change depending on what is going on during a drive. So, and also you're not, because it's not scripted, you don't have everything right, perfect at your fingertips. You're trying to remember, you're trying to imprint everything to memory. So obviously you can't read a script. So again, that's why we're calling it carpool now. We had the drive time. I think carpool fit more, fit better. So, but we definitely rather have the studios done, but that takes time, that takes money. So little by little, I'm picking at it. Also, there's a couple ways you can support us on our website. Bottom of the homepage is a crowdfunding box, top of all the pages. Now, with crowdfunding, there's a lot of things that are done through crowdfunding now. Productions and publications is one of them. So if you want to help us out through the crowdfunding, we greatly appreciate it. Whatever you do. Top of all the pages on the website, there's a little gift box put up there by our host provider. Anything you give to that gift box goes directly to our host provider. Does not go to us, goes to our host provider. Credits our hosting account. We are way behind on written pieces that we would normally do. And when I say way behind, we are like Disney woke behind. So definitely way behind. So if you got something you want to put up there, want to get out, but don't want to put it on your own social media profile, you're more than welcome to send it to us, and that's where we will put it, is on the website, providing it fits all the criteria that we will outline at the end. We do not have any sponsors. Love to have sponsors, but we don't have any. We have items we recommend on our website. These are items that we purchased. We tried them. We liked them. So we decided we would put them up on the website and as recommended items because we like them that much. So again, help get our Rumble channel out there. It helps get those views up on Rumble. If you are a promoter, I don't have money, I cannot pay you. I've already had to cancel several things, one of them being our live streaming platform, which we could put a lot of things up real time as we went, just by the touch of a screen. And we also, hence the live streaming platform, we're able to live stream right to our website or to Facebook or to, if we went through, I don't know, for the mobile, we couldn't do the live streaming to the website. We had to kind of route it through a different, like a Wi-Fi setup, like your computer, like the laptop with the camera on and stuff like that. You could it was a little bit, the setup was different, and that's how it was set up for. There's been some changes with Rumble, so I'm not 100% sure whether the mobile live streaming is one of them. So right now we put it through with the live streaming platform we were using. We were able to put the intro up, do the episode, put other things up, and take them down as we were doing the episode. And at the end, we were able to hit the box for the outro, run the outro. It automatically parsed and put together, so we could actually upload it to Rumble. So everything was done. Now we got to run it through an editor and piece it together. It's just very time consuming. So no, if you are a promoter, no, we've had to cancel that awesome platform that we were using for live streaming. And if I can't afford that, I can't afford promoting for promotions. So if you're reading or you're watching this and you're a promoter, do not comment in the comment section. Send us an email if you want us to, or what you think you can do. I didn't say I wouldn't entertain it. I just said don't put it in don't post something in the comment section. This is how I separate fluff, the fluff comments, from people that are actually watching. When I say fluff comments, it's that generic comment, love your content, blah, 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 blah. And it separates me because 9 out of 10 times they didn't actually watch the episode. They just put a generic. I'll give you a good example. They had one that was talking about tracks, music. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, they love my tracks. My tracks, could go place. What tracks are you talking about? I ain't got no tracks, and I sure as hell ain't got no racks. Love some racks. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about funding this, this project. So that's what we're talking about. So if you got anything, send it to us. If you're a promoter, email us. Okay, don't hit us in the comments, but unless it has to do with the topic of the day or the content, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Roll that beautiful beam footage. We've talked a lot about how Trump was getting screwed over, how he's been screwed over in the past, pretty much all along, right from when he announced he was running for president the first time. Also, we knew there was going to be something shady going on with Comey and Tish James when there was charges. I mean, it was just, we talk about that two-tier of justice, right? That two-tier justice, good for me, not for thee type system. We don't like you, so we're going to go after you, and we're going to get what we want. But you can't, if you come after us with the real thing, we're just going to get away with it because that justice system works for us. Now, it definitely appears that right now they're right. Well, what do you mean? Well, this judge, there was basically they claimed in a submission to a judge that the appointment of the prosecutor, the federal prosecutor, was illegal or wasn't allowed, however you want to wash the noodles there, right? Invalid. And so that's what the judge did. A Clinton appointee, nonetheless. Invalidated and dismissed the charges. Dismissed the charges. Really? Okay. And in some level, they feel vindicated. But Comey's a little bit, he's on the ball a little bit more now than Tishy. Because at least Comey had the realization to go in his head, but not quite admit it, but in his head, go, this is a temporary reprieve. Because he made the comment that he knows that Trump's going to come after him again. It ain't over. Well, you're right. You are right. It ain't over. Because now, as the law reads, that judge actually broke the law. It was a clear violation of the rules and what the law allows. The law does allow, because you don't understand that none of these challenges worked for Trump for similar things. For special prosecutors. They questioned special prosecutors. His teams did. And that didn't work. But yet, special prosecutors were done exactly how they're supposed to be done, and as how they're allowed by law. And the left is claiming that that's not allowed. Well, the law says it is. And then you get a judge that says, oh no, this is invalid. This was not done through the proper process. That the prosecutor cannot be appointed this way. Well, according to the law, he can. So I do believe that once they get through this, this judge needs to be put up for review. I think as long as they got all their ducks in a row and they know that the judge was wrong and overstepped, I think they should just go ahead and go for the review of him being his seat anyway. But if they go through this appeal process and it's found that they're right and the judge was definitely wrong, that just makes it that much easier. I do believe this judge is using bias against the administration and in favor of these liberals. He knows the case was fine. He knows that's all they had. They kept announcing that we've got this, we've got that, we've got this, we've got that. If you got all this stuff to get this case thrown out, these cases thrown out, then why would you use the prosecutor card? Why would you use the prosecutor card? I mean, that's like, what are you doing? I mean, literally, if you had all the evidence you said you did in your favor, you could have had it thrown out with prejudice so they couldn't charge you again for this, for whatever it is. They're coming after you. She's all cocky now. But at least, like I said, at least James Comey had enough realization to, well, it ain't over. I know he's gonna come after me again. Really? But yeah, Tish is like, see? You can't touch this. Got an old MC Hammer song playing in there. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. That's Tish James. Can't touch this. But she better learn they can touch that. The game ain't over. It ain't over. The swine just got away right at the moment, but the dogs are rapidly going to corral it. That's all. It's just a temporary setback. And this is why we sit there and when they go, all you people think that Trump is excuse me, Trump is innocent and they're just going after him for nothing and he's such a bad man. Dude, we're just saying it straight out the way that it is. It's a 2-tier level of justice. The what's good for me but not for thee. We can get away, Democrats, liberals, we can get away with doing this stuff, doing all this stuff. And then we're going to accuse you, of doing things a certain way. We're going to call it a crime. And we're going to charge you. And we're going to get convictions. Now, let me give you an example. We talk about the improper filings, we'll say, to get more favorable rates. Now, it was clearly stated that it was in his contracts that it was their responsibility, the lender's responsibility, to verify the numbers were rough. It was their responsibility to verify the accuracy. It's in their contracts. They had them. Even the banks that were brought in said, yeah, it was our responsibility to verify it. We were told that these were rough numbers. I mean, they laid it right out. We were told these are rough numbers. We needed to verify them. We chose not to verify them. So the big question was, who is the complainant? Who is the complainant? There was no complainant. Which means they went in search of a crime, to formulate a crime, right? They deny it, but what they did was against the law. You cannot go in search. They cannot investigate in search of a crime. They can investigate a crime, but they can't investigate to find a crime. Okay, which is exactly what they did. They had no complainant. They had no PC, we'll say, to even investigate for a crime. But they did anyway. How did they get all the okays and warrants and this, that, and every other thing to even do what they did? So these banks also said it's profitable for us to do business with Trump, and we will. He's always made good on his loans with us. Excuse me. He's made good on his loans with us. He's always paid them back. It's lucrative for us to do business with him, and we will still do business with him. That's what these banks, these lending institutions were saying. It's in our best interest to do business with him. And they still to this day have not produced a complainant or a victim. Like, yeah, he's convicted of. The judge, liberal, right? Judge Erdogan, Juan Merchan, both liberal judges contribute to the DNC. Juan Merchan goes an extra step. His daughter's involved in all that. Dealings with the DNC and stuff like that. So it's quite apparent that the system is one-sided against Trump. And it'll continue to be one-sided against Trump. And in a negative, they're still going to try to get Trump. They're going to try to get Trump on something. And they've gone so far as to try to bring in the UN or whatever name, whatever it is, to try to. We need to investigate Trump for human rights crimes because he's blowing drug boats out of the water. Get the hell out of here! It ain't even your water. It's not affecting you. It's not affecting you. The person that's even saying it isn't even from a region in South America or North America. It's out there in in a European nation. Give me a break. These waters, they're going from South America across the Gulf into the United States to poison our people. Poisoning our people, poison American citizens, making billions of dollars, and you're worried about their human rights when they're killing our citizens with their poison? Get out of here. They had no due process. Yeah, they got due process at the bottom of the freaking Gulf. How's that? It's safer to take them out that way. Not to mention the speed of the boats that they're using. Save the taxpayers a lot of money. Maybe, you know what? Maybe if you blow enough of them out of the water, and I get it, hey man, but if we blow enough of them out of the water, maybe they'll think twice and they're gonna be like, I ain't frick, no way, man. I'm not getting in that boat. Could that be the thought process part of it? Could that be part of the thought process behind it? Is if we blow enough of these boats out of the water, kill these drug runners as terrorists, that maybe these other ones will sit there and go, no, I'm not doing it. Now you got Maduro, man. He's a dictator. He lost the election, will not concede, will not turn over. Why? Because he's in the pocket of the cartels. Then you got Putin. Oh, we're going to support you. We're going to support you. Of course, you're going to. This plays right into my belief of what I've been saying, which is the whole point of why Putin invaded Ukraine. He's trying to bring back the old Soviet bloc to become socialist, communist again, to make it the USSR, United Soviet Socialist Republic. Guarantee you, I say it, this is what he is attempting to do. This is his mindset with his people. We'll bring back the KGB. Back into, or we're going to go back into the Cuban Missile Crisis, basically, where Russia's going to support another socialist or communist nation, like they did with Cuba and like they did with Vietnam, North Vietnam, and others. Trying to bring back those areas. It's dangerous. And the people are the ones that suffer. The people in power, they're not suffering. They're not suffering at all. But the rest of the people are. And it's sad. Now, the one that actually won the election against Maduro, I'm sure I somehow, I don't know how, but somehow they have not managed to suicide her. Why do you say suicide her? Because even if they assassinate her, they're going to deny it. Oh no, we didn't do that. She killed herself. They'll try to. That's what they'll try to do. Make it look like a suicide. It's how they do those things most of the time. So, some of the international community is just mad because the United States said that the Trump administration have said, okay, these cartels, we're branding them as terrorist organizations. How do we deal with the terrorist organization? We blow it out of the water. There you go. We can take military action against something organization that we deem a threat. We label it a terrorist organization. Now, obviously, domestic terrorism, we have to handle a little bit different. But when they're coming from other countries, yeah, they're terrorists, We deal with them. And that's what they got to understand. We have the right to protect our nation. And that's what we're doing. Protecting our nation from poison. The poison that's killing our citizens. So, all right, guys. I'm going to bust out. Let me know what you think about the one-sided justice, the Trump derangement syndrome. You got people saying, I'm not going to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner because somebody in my family supports as a Trump supporter. I'm going to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. You know. So, let us know what you think on the this whole thing with the, like I said, the one-sided justice with what's going on with, how the Chargers got dropped on Comey and James. They're going to be back. Don't worry. But it just went to prove a point. They think it's not proving a point. It's proving a point. That we're right. That's exactly what's going on as one-sided tiers of justice in favor of liberals. And are we justified in wiping out drug boats as terrorist organizations? Tell us what you think. So, all right. Again, if you got something, if it's not up here, yeah, website and email will be up here in just a second. If it's not already, again, help push the Rumble channel. Okay. Help us get those views up. We really need those views. Help us get those views up. That's how we can fund. We're not getting anything because we're not getting enough views. Okay, they make it really easy. Rumble makes it really easy to monetize. You just got to have a lot of views. Okay, YouTube, we're back on YouTube. So if you're over on YouTube viewing, go over to Rumble. Go over to Rumble. If you need our Rumble channel, let us know. We'll make sure you get it. Okay. So on YouTube, we're back on YouTube. So YouTube makes it very difficult. YouTube and Facebook and a lot of them, they make it very difficult to monetize. You gotta meet certain numbers of followers, views, this, that, and likes, things, all kinds of different stuff before you can even monetize. Where Rumble says you just got to bring the numbers. You just got to have the views. The more views, the more you make. And that's just the way it is. You got to have thousands of views per episode to generate anything. So help us out with that. Help us get those views up on Rumble. If you're on YouTube, again, like I said, go over to Rumble and follow, subscribe, sign up for that free Rumble account. Try your hand at content creation. You get some limited, or you used to get limited amount of storage space with your free membership or free user account. We needed more storage space, so we have a paid plan. Again, Facebook X and Truth, you're getting the episode of the day, so you're getting the direct link to the episode on Rumble. So you're there, set it up, man. Set up that account. Follow, subscribe, whatever happens to be there to our channel. Share it as well. Sharing and stuff like that tends to work very similar to YouTube, so it's very, very, very. It's a very user-friendly platform. Pop over to our website. Besides getting those numbers up, pop over to our website. Again, bottom of the homepage crowdfunding box. If you want to help us out through the crowdfunding, we pay for everything out of my own pocket. Top of all the pages on the website, that gift box that for hosting. Again, we don't get any of that. It goes to our host provider credits, our hosting account. So however you want to try to help support us, to help us grow, we greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate you. Again, we don't have any sponsors. We have items we recommend. If you submit something, again, must have a first name or pseudonym, state and location, not a physical address, state and location, so we can see we're reaching out. Others can see we're reaching out. If whatever you submit cannot be crazy and outlandish. I'm going to tell you that right now. If it's crazy and outlandish, we're not touching it. Okay, people got to really be able to get behind what you're trying to say, and it can't be filled with a bunch of what I say, liberal gobbledygook. We got to have something to back what we're saying, somewhere, somehow. Run your piece through a grammar editor. Okay, it's going to help meld it together, and not everybody's gone to creative writing in college, so how the grammar and punctuation and everything may fall may not be, and this is where the trolls come in. Why people don't want to put stuff up on, because of trolls many times, because they go after people's grammar. Granted, they'll go after somebody that they disagree with grammar as the grammar police, as their attack is full of nothing but grammatical errors or one big run-on sentence. So, I get it. This is why we offer this, to do this for you. So, run your piece through a grammar editor. It's going to help freaking, sort some things out and do some fine tweaking. Is this a perfect system? No. But you know what? We're not grammar police. We just want you to try to be as solid as you can so people can actually understand and get behind what you're saying. Missed punctuation, man, is something that can actually throw off the meaning of something, the tone of what you're trying to relay. Okay? What you're trying to articulate. So it can be misunderstood or not understood at all. So, again, run your piece through a grammar editor ahead of time. It's just going to make it so much easier for us because I don't have time to go through and do grammar checks. Why can't you just run it through a grammar editor? I'm not the one putting it together. So we ask you to. It's your piece. If you quote anything, make sure it's in quotations. Sources or references, make sure they're in brackets. First name of the website, no .com, .net, .org, .nothing, no .nothing. Okay. Title, if there is one. This piece is for both quotes and sources or references. Copy the indexed address out of the address bar. For quotes, you're going to paste it directly above or directly below the quote. For sources or references, you're going to paste it in the brackets. What we're going to do is we're going to hyperlink the index address into the text of the quote or the source or reference. So when people click on it, it goes directly to the page on the website that the quote was drawn on, or directly to the page on the website that you're using to support. You're not quoting, but you're using it to support what you're saying. Okay, make sure you're putting in your quote or in your piece, that my belief, my thought, my view, things like that, things that indicate that it's your opinion piece. Okay, it's an opinion piece. And that's what you want to try to do. So again, must have a first name. We're not going to take credit for you. Must have a first name or a pseudonym. State and location, not a physical address. State and location so we can see we're reaching out. Others can see we're reaching out. So like Bass from Okeechobee, Florida, or Bob from Watertown, New York. Simple, straightforward, non-identifying. The only one that's going to know it's you is you, and whoever else you tell it's you. So again, we want to thank you for whatever way you support us. Help drive our numbers on our episodes on Rumble up. So Facebook, X, Truth, share on those platforms. Help drive people to the episodes on Rumble and drive those Rumble numbers up. If you're on YouTube and you're just straight out YouTube, same thing. Help us get those numbers up to where we need to be, but we'd rather you come over to Rumble. Rumble away, man. Rumble away. Especially if you're a content creator, it makes it a lot easier for you to generate. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know what the deal is because we could actually link everything from Rumble to YouTube, but I don't know. I'm having an issue with that. It's not recognizing it, even though I'm putting everything in. I don't know if it's getting rejected on YouTube's end or what, because we don't have the numbers to be able to monetize. That might be the issue. So help us grow, help us get where we need to be. And again, we want to thank you for any support you give us. And thank you we probably will not do an episode tomorrow or the rest of the week. We probably won't see one until next Monday. So I think we're going to take the rest of the Thanksgiving holiday and just chill. So, but we may throw one in there. Who knows? So again, we want to thank you for whatever way you support us. Happy Thanksgiving. If we don't, do an episode before Thanksgiving. And again, we want to thank you for joining us for this episode of Patriot View at 1A Independent News. And as always, till next time, stay frosty, my friends.
You just heard Patriot View
at 1A Independent News
with Bear Direct. Join us on Rumble at 1A Independent News for our daily broadcast.